What up, y'all? Obviously, we back with another one, but we look a little different today. We have a special guest in the house, the great, the honorable, the super talented, the amazing Kaelyn Ryan. Everybody, welcome her to the show.
Yeah, Kaelyn.
As you can see, Jew is in here right now.
Yeah,
he's
man.
busy. He's working.
He don't
be back,
love us. He don't love us.
He's not fired yet.
Too much.
Nah, but you feel me. We got our guest Kaelyn.
But yeah,
you feel me? We had her on
the
the
Would you say anything?
Yes, like T was saying, I was on the past show over 2 years ago, I feel. But
that was a great conversation too. Is that when we
it
had
was.
It was.
I wanted, yeah.
Was that the prenup one or not? That was it was another one.
I forget what it was.
It was I don't know.
I just know
ago, but it was a great episode.
It was top 3.
Yeah,
highest rated episode we had.
For sure. We might link it, you feel me, down below.
Maybe even top 1, but 3.
We might link that in, plug that in.
Just give me grace, guys. It was years ago. Mm-hmm. Ignore how everything looks on me.
You were great then, you're great now.
Oh, well, you guys are sweet. But thank you to the two of you for having me and including me in today's conversation and in whatever dialogue we'll have in the future whenever our schedules align.
Of course,
and congratulations on the rebrand and the relaunching of you guys' show. Attention to detail.
Thank you so much.
So I'm wishing you guys continued success.
And the one who made our new logo is her sister, Miley. You feel me? Shout out Bubble.
Shout out to the family.
Shout out Bubbly Weed. I said Bubble. I always mix it up, but shout out Bubbly Weed.
No, it's just Bubbly.
Why am I saying weed? I feel like I'm tripping. Shout out Bubbly.
Because that's Web.
Now. I think I said I don't know. It's something, guys, but you feel me? Shout out Bubbly.
She feels the love. Everything's okay.
Exactly.
We'll tag her business in the description.
For sure. But this is episode 3 of Attention to Detail. You guys are now tuned in. Well, let's get into the show, man. Kev, you want to touch on the first topic?
So, man, look, where do you want to start? We had a few options.
Bro,
what you want to do first, man?
I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to start with the Andrew Schulz, bro.
You want to start with Andrew?
I really do.
Let's start with Andrew then.
Okay. Oh, my God. Okay. Let's get it. This shit is crazy.
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
you don't know about this.
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend. All of a sudden, he's got buzz cut, clean shape up.
Glows up, bro.
I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite? We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gives
That means white.
Hey, let me get a translation.
What is the black?
All right.
We love them all means we like the white women, but we don't want to say it because we don't get canceled. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out.
God.
Who wants to go first? Because I want to fight.
Hey, I just want to say, when Cam brought up this topic, I genuinely did not know how bad this would be. I thought it would be like something light. I thought he said something a little, you feel me, like he shouldn't say it. And I heard this video. I said, there's no way this man said this. And he made it, and he's making it like black women are the only women that can stress out a man and all. I just feel like he's so out of pocket for this. Like, I genuinely did not expect this. Talk about they grow out a beard for a cushion for a slap. They losing hair for all. Like, what, bro?
Because essentially, they were saying, the men who later pissed me off, they were saying that basically when you date, the women you date kind of dictates the way you look. Which, in a way, is true, right? Like, if a person who's white dates a black girl, they start looking at black culture. Oh, let's do this, or even the other way around. You date another culture.
What they said was like the black woman, a black woman. You feel me? You know when you see a white guy get with a black girl and he glow up, like he hit a whole new level.
That's what I'm saying.
They were saying something positive. That's true. You feel me?
But that's what I'm getting at. So it starts off with like, okay, they're copying us. Because look at Look at some of these. You know what they're talking about. They get a shape up. They get their line right. They start dressing different, all kind of stuff, right? And this fool is gonna say, "Oh no, they're only cutting their hair because their hair is falling out because the black women stressing them out." Huh?
Like, bro, what?
I have my thoughts.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Please.
Go for it, because
it was like last week when it came out, and I was brushing my teeth, like just watching. Instagram was like going, and the clip came up, and I remember just being completely like, oh, I saw the apology video from the two gentlemen that were, enabling or didn't necessarily reprimand the white guy. You feel me? So I saw the apology video from them, and I was like, wait, well, what do they do? So I went to the actual video, and I was like, yeah, I get the uproar, because I'm not one that's sensitive. I think people take life too serious, and that social media is just a sensitive space overall. That's just how I feel. So I was like, well, maybe they didn't do too much. You feel me? Maybe they didn't do too much.
Nah.
And then I saw it. Yeah, because turning off my sound. I feel like it was disrespectful, because them being the black men in the room, though that was our only line of defense technically. So if that quote unquote white man felt comfortable enough to say that in front of black men and then go unchecked, because it's not as if there isn't a percentage. Let's just say that's 2% of black women who are more volatile and angry without cause and whatever. The other 98% are uplifting their men, beautifying their men, helping them, aiding in their process and their development, loving them, and showing kindness and compassion and softness, which is what we possess as women, and black women in particular. So for them not to then speak out about it, I mean, I don't want to say that they're wrong. Hear me out on this. Playing angel's advocate in this case, it would be, what if the two black men in the video, what if all they've experienced were or have been volatile black women? So when the guy said it, maybe there was nothing to necessarily defend in that moment, because that was a real experience. Let them tell it in the apology. It was uncomfortable. We just wanted to move on. So we just didn't really say anything, but we should have checked it. So I do feel as if they were wrong, because in that moment when he said it, okay, one joke, now he landed it. Now he's trying to create a picture, and you guys are here to counter it, and you didn't. I don't know if that the white guy, the Andrew guy or whatever, if he's just not been, obviously he hasn't been loved, or a black woman of of a certain caliber hasn't given him a shot, and he feels like he's missing out. So in some way he's throwing a tantrum, because I don't know in what way you would want to bash a whole culture of women, especially in front of their own men. So it was stupid and tasteless.
Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like as a black man, like if I was in that situation, that's like an instant check him. Like I'm not. That's the same thing as letting a white dude say nigga, in my opinion. Like I feel like they would have let him get away with saying nigga. Like you just gonna let him bash black women, black culture, and paint them out to be these angry women and all that. You feel me? Like,
you know what I noticed really quickly, IT, is that let's not neglect to give initial credit to the two gentlemen, because they were in essence congratulating black women and giving us respect for how we add to any man's life. They shape up, they do this, they come different. So they tried. They started off.
They did start off promoting it, but then they let him put some negative light on it, and
then they didn't counter it at all. And then it just seemed
I feel like that was just their moment to do so. Like they're already building up black women and everything, and that's the case. You feel me? Like there's nothing like a black woman, in my opinion. Like there's nothing like them. They'll uplift you, support your. You feel me? Like maybe,
but there are some that are a little
women, but
different. But if we're gonna judge,
I think that's with all women.
Exactly.
You feel me?
So
like the same thing with dudes. Like you can find a volatile white woman, volatile Latino woman, volatile Asian woman. To just generalize that and put that on black women, that they're just these angry people.
Not fair.
In my opinion, they just, you feel me? They just can't handle a black woman. They're not man enough to do it. Maybe it takes a certain type of man to be able to handle it. You feel me? I don't know. But personally, I don't want no girl. Like, I'm not saying only white women do that, but I don't want no girl who's just gonna do whatever I say, like be my maid, like all that. You feel me? I want a woman that has,
Fight back.
Personality, you know.
Have an opinion. Challenge me.
Challenge me.
I
want to
make you better. You make me better. Don't be boring.
A yes woman. You feel me? I want a woman. I don't want to like Cam said.
Remember Coming to America when the lady was like, "What is your favorite food? Whatever food you like."
Like, no, I don't want one of those.
I'm sorry. You get your ass out of here. No, that's what it sounds like that Andrew really wants, right? But here's the thing. Let's say, just to say it, 99% of black women are going upside people's heads. You as a white man, it is not your place to say it. Exactly. It's just not. It's just not. And obviously, I don't believe that's what black women are. But I'm just saying in general, it is never a white person's place to just stick a stereotype.
The only way I could see it appropriate is if he's had a long-standing history with dating 3, 4, 5 black women, and let's just say that the majority. Hear me though, but hear me. When you experience something and you live it, like I'm not from the UK. Yeah, I'm not from the UK, so my opinion on UK men, people, experiences, women, it would sound very obsolete and like, what is she talking about? If I lived there for 15 years. Now my opinion holds some weight. I can garner some type of support and camaraderie around what I'm saying because I've experienced it. Doesn't mean that I still have more credibility than those that were raised there from the jump, but it still means that I've assimilated, I've inserted myself in this culture or this space. So my thoughts are this. So if he's dated several black women, and this is what his average experience is when he does the mean, median, and mode, going back to math class. But this is what he figures out and he surmises. I can't tell him he's wrong for that. What would have been nice is if those guys countered it still and said, you know what, bro, if that's what you experienced with the 2 girls that you gave a shot, that's unfortunate because the black woman that we know or the black woman that raised us or the black woman that then just give it doesn't mean that we have to be pictured like we're just so perfect either, but if that's his experience, if he's dated black women, then that we can't knock him for that, regardless of his race. In my opinion,
feel like he don't even have that experience because this whole conversation, is like them enlightening him about black women, telling him what it's like to date one. So he's just speaking on black women are angry and all this. It's just. He doesn't have that experience, you feel me? And you can tell he don't have that black woman that glowed his life up. Like, look at him. Like, you feel me? I just think as far as like comedians, like there's certain jokes certain comedians can touch and certain jokes other comedians can't touch. You feel me? He's not a comedian that could touch a conversation about black women.
It's a thin line. It's a thin line with comedy.
And I am one person that's like, I don't like things to be off limits for jokes and everything. You feel me? I don't like all the censorship and everything. But there were rules and regulations for certain jokes back then. You feel me? And this is like something that I don't think white comedians were able to touch on even back then when it was less sensitive. So, I just don't agree with him making a joke about this, especially because all jokes contain true shit. You feel me? I don't know. Like here's my biggest issue with what he did. Obviously the comments, 1, but 2, his refusal to stand down from it. Yeah, when he saw the reactions and he watched their apology video and made fun of them apologizing.
Oh wow,
it's crazy.
That's the bigger problem. He copied me. You see that,
bro? Crazy, I got it out first, man.
But that's another problem is that they literally sat and watched their video on their show on their channel. And they basically just made fun of them. Oh, they're soft. No, what are they doing? What are you doing?
And then that's when I feel. And it's like, bro, he's wrong. Yeah, you're wrong for that. Flat out. I'm not for cancel culture because everybody is. No one's above growing and second chances. I agree. Because God gives us second chances every day, and He forgives me. So I'm supposed to give that same level of mercy. But when someone refuses to see the other side of it, that's when you then start to dig your hole deeper. And now he's going to get whatever he deserves for this level of ignorance or incompetence or arrogance. He deserves it at this point. At first, it's like, okay, he's making a joke. Maybe he's going to understand, but now it's just like you're doubling down. It's like, okay, well, that's cool. Easy. That's cool, but you're going to lose a certain fan base. Yeah. But if we don't matter to begin with, then continue. And do. I can't tell you how to get your money. Just don't expect to go without.
I definitely
not your demographic.
I definitely would have let it go if he would have been a little bit more gracious. He didn't even have to apologize. But
Just
the
say,
fact that he's, because if you're a comedian, all right, I get what you're doing. Okay, giggle, ha ha, I understand, right? Dave Chappelle makes fun of all kind of people he shouldn't be talking about. But but it's the part that I mentioned about the video and the mocking and apology. Then it's like, okay, now you're just being an asshole. And then other sections in that episode that they had, because I started watching more into it. He was making fun of the African continent as a whole.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys saw that part.
I didn't see that.
Did you see that part?
I didn't see that part.
Because these men, I believe, they were they grew up in the UK. But they are African. And so he's basically like, okay, so what African stereotypes are you? Because I know the Nigerians are scammers, and I know what else did he say? He was just going in place to place and like, okay, they do this, they do that.
You guys know that guy. You guys know that white guy that does a lot of projects with Drewski. Yeah. He's just a random and whatever. I hate to make it so black or white for a better phrase, but someone like him, when I've heard him say things and he's questioned Drewski about things that a black man does, or there's a
I think he has
backing. There's a certain way that he delivers it to where I don't
take offense with the way he says it. That's what I'm saying.
So that creates a blurred line, if we can be honest, on our end as the black people in the scenario. It's like then they see that it's funny for that white comedian, so then he's like, oh, they like this. They like being
it's just whatever. You gotta know how to do it. It's a fine line. That's with comedy in general. There's a fine line. You have to know how to walk that line.
But he thought he could walk it, and he learned that he can't.
It didn't feel like
this just felt ignorant. It just felt ignorant.
Oh, for sure. No,
I'm just snapping. I'm just going off, right? Like, for instance, anybody who does anything with Drewski, I don't take their ass serious anyway, because Drewski is a clown. Yeah. Right? Drewski is just like, Drewski is the ultimate.
Drewski makes white people jokes. Like, Drewski skits be joking about white people.
It's like when when they had Ray on the stream, Ray's Asian, and they were making Asian jokes, Ray was making black jokes. It's funny because it's tasteful and it's in jest. This right here felt like you saw them get uncomfortable. Yeah. And you kept.
But you want to know what makes it worse?
I'm like, bro, all right, at some point you got to stop.
You want to know what makes it worse? There wasn't a black woman in sight while he's making this joke. There's not a black woman to defend it. If you're doing it in front of a black woman, I'll have a little more like respect for it. Like you're saying it in a black woman's face and you're trying to make joke. Not saying it's right regardless.
Open dialogue.
But at least like it makes sense. Like you're a comedian. You make jokes. You feel me? Like the race shit, whatever. They make jokes as there's an Asian person present. He make black jokes as the black people are present. You feel me? I just feel like for him to make a joke about black women, it's not even a joke because he's really talking shit about them. And there's no black woman present to even like defend that. I have no respect for it. And then the black dudes didn't even defend it. It's just crazy. I don't know.
I'll give them grace because they apologized and their intention started well. Like Kaelyn said, they started off with like,
see it though. You're
black women make your life better.
But wasn't it their show?
Let's be real. Black women make their life better.
No, they were guests on his show,
and that was part of what they were saying. Like, it was his platform, and blah blah blah. And then you have all these people tap dancing. Well, Andrew's had black girlfriends, so he's okay. And he has black friends. He has a show with Charlemagne, so he's good in the hood.
Oh no,
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
And then but he has a history of saying questionable things. It's just like this brought the attention to it because of any subject around black women is always going to be very sensitive, because one thing I will say is black women stand about black women. They're not going to let somebody just tap dance and talk crazy about them. No, you're going to hear us. We going to be at your front door. Like, what's popping? So that's one thing I do love about black women. Y'all not letting that slide. So 100%.
Exactly. Man. Yeah. This whole narrative of black women being angry or any of that, it's just, I don't know. I don't like that
terrible
narrative.
So,
I think it just shows how limited people's sphere of like diversity is, and when people are leaning more towards one stereotype. It's fair to have stereotypes. It sounds crazy, but it's fair.
It's fair.
I'm gonna cover this on my channel at some point. As far as the prejudice and the things that we think about other races. I didn't get this way for no reason. They don't think when I'm serving them at a restaurant things about a black girl for no reason. They probably saw things in media, probably ran across a girl, and then here I am talking about some, hey, good morning, what can I get you? I can't be mad at them for having that assumption. It's just my job to be the best me I can be, to try and show them there's a variety for how we represent ourselves. So I just feel like he hasn't been around enough. Yeah. If that's your clear depiction and you truly haven't been around the majority of us, which are wonderful women.
Yeah, his specific stereotypes is kind of what like bugs me. Talk about like violent slapping and shit. Like he's saying you gotta.
If he saw 3 different black girls over the course of his life smack a white guy, like, technically he's pulling from something.
We just saw Jonathan Majors dealing with in a whole little abusive relationship with a white girl.
Oh, no.
Like, come on now, it's just. That's not a proper stereotype, bro.
But I feel like on every side we can argue that. There's some things that we feel about his people that they may be like, that's not us. I hate that we get lumped in that boat. But I just feel as if if that's how he feels, that's how you feel. But just know that it's not without ramifications. Yeah. And I'm happy those gentlemen apologized for how it came across. And that's just how I feel about the topic.
For sure.
Absolutely. Kaelyn, you wrapped that up perfectly. Now I have a question for both of you guys. Do you consider yourselves a good friend?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Loyal to my friends, for sure.
Okay. So we gonna find out if y'all are good friends or not.
All right.
So I found this tweet on Twitter. I don't know why. I was just scrolling and it just popped up. So you know what? It makes a good discussion. So this girl, she tweeted. I forgot her name. I'm not going to say it. We're not putting her out there like that. She said a rapper came to my city and my friend smashed him backstage while her boyfriend was at the concert. Am I a bad friend if I snitch to her boyfriend? So, 1, is she a bad friend if she snitches to her boyfriend? And 2, if you guys were in that situation and your friend cheated with somebody while their person was in the building, would you tell?
Well, because it was a girl saying it, I just get my opinion out the way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a thing. What do I look like? What am I doing at this moment? You've already decided. You're a grown woman. You've already decided, hey girl, I know Whoopty Whoop is out front, but you feel me? Like the most I can do in that scenario is to remove myself from the situation to where I'm not having to then lie to the boyfriend's face. I don't have to be, but this is between them two. Because one thing that we all learn in life and relationships is if you try and be the savior of something, more than likely those two people, especially in a relationship, they're going to get back together and then somehow find you as a problem.
Party being offset.
So in one sense, he's like excited, like, oh, thanks for putting me up on game. My girl was cutting up. But then next it's like, oh, well, why was you pressed about what she was doing anyway? Did you want me to be? And now it flips on you. And now you're like, wait, how did I get real there? So she's a grown woman. She's going to make that choice. That's my friend. She's obviously having a lapse of judgment at the moment. She's insecure. She feels unfulfilled. Whatever this is, and who am I to now add more to the disruption that she's already creating in her life? I can just advise her afterwards and stay out of it. But I'm not going to tell the boyfriend. The pot, it gets thicker if you're friends, if you're really close to the boyfriend too. Yeah, that's when it gets sticky. Because now you're torn between two people that you care about. If you already knew the boyfriend long before he made her the girlfriend, and now you're friends with her too. And even then, I say you stay out of it. I say you stay out of it because now what the heck?
Yeah,
it'll come out. Everything comes out. Nothing's hidden from God. It'll all come out.
Dark comes to the light eventually.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, my opinion. I'm not saying a word to the girlfriend if my boy did that. Now, because my loyalty lies within my friend, my boy. Now, with that being said, I don't condone that type of behavior. I think that's out of pocket, especially if their significant other is at the concert with them. That's
crazy.
Yeah, that's out of pocket. You know, I'm not saying a word to their significant other, but I am checking them for that type of behavior. I think I think that's kind of crazy because to condone some shit like that, I feel like you're just as guilty. You feel me? Like, I don't know. It's just I'm not snitching on
you're just not gonna snitch.
Me? Like, it's just like
Agreed.
For even putting me in that type of situation.
Yeah, that's foul.
It's kind of foul, but also
if that friend told, she asked, am I a bad friend if I did snitch? Is she a bad friend if she runs to the partner? I think
you're a bad friend because, like Kaelyn said, you look like you're trying to steal that person's. You feel me? You was finding something to bring up to break them up, and then it'll
flip on you. It'll just flip on you.
Then it'll look like, why do you care so much about our relationship? Like, you feel me?
And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Why you snitching to my partner and all this? You trying to break us up? You want my? You feel me? So what she was saying is real.
Yeah. So if they're not my friend, if the partner is not my friend, I'm out of it. I'm not saying a word.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I don't loyalty. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying a word. But like you guys said, my friend, hey, what the hell are you thinking? This person is in the front row thinking you went to the bathroom.
That's insane. And then it's just like, imagine your significant other, like, where is she at? Where he at? What I'm saying. Like, what the? And I'm just like, hey,
you seen such and such? I ain't seen nobody.
Oh no.
The whole time you just see to get smacked down
in the lie or something. Like, come on, man.
So what if I flip the scenario? What if I say the person cheating is not your friend and the person getting cheated on is your friend?
Oh,
does that change anything?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
My camera.
My camera. Come on now.
Oh,
do my boy like this.
I'm gonna show this to her.
Yeah. I'm popping up like that guy pop up on them child predators.
I'm bringing the lights.
I'm walking over on FaceTime like, look at this shit.
Oh, you like to cheat, huh?
Oh,
you like to cheat.
All right. You feel me? It just depends where your loyalty lies. You know? You feel me? My loyalty lies toward my friend. Now,
no, because my friends would automatically, and just thinking of my friends, especially my two closest, Bria and Bree, they would not automatically. They would be.
Won't let that slide.
No, and vice versa. And if your friend decides to go back with the guy after you presented them the information, it's not. But at least you cleared your conscience of, hey, girl, this is what I saw. This is what it looked like. Here. And then it's on them from that point. And still sometimes that flips on you, and depending on the girl's maturity, and it's a unique thing with girls. I don't know if that's the same thing for guys. But yeah, if it's my friend being harmed, I am front row and center recording every bit of it, because she needs to be able to know what she's walking into when she does confront said person.
Yeah, just where your loyalty lies. Like, you feel me? My friend.
I agree with that.
Me snitching on my friend, like, what do I look like? The most I could do is advise you, let you know, you feel me, my thoughts on it, if it's wrong, whatever. But the other situation, I don't got no loyalty, like I said, to their significant other.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
I don't think it makes you a bad person for not telling the victim in the scenario. I think that you are,
unless they're your friend.
I think yes, but I think you're a victim technically for having been put in that situation. So as much as it's like, oh my God, you're not gonna go tell them, it's like, well, now my friendship is on the line. Now me being involved in this long it's just too much, and now I'm in it, and I'm not the one doing the crime. So I'm gonna protect myself unless it's my friend, and I'm fully in there. Facts. Getting everything that I need for my friend.
Facts.
And see, that's why we call Kaelyn the GOAT. Did you see how she just twisted and flipped that and just therapyed us both and said, hey, like, she just gave $1 million worth of game right there.
Not the podcast.
That's beautiful. Not the podcast.
Yes.
Recommend their podcast.
Yeah, 100%. Because they gonna invite us and everything pretty soon. Watch, Gilly. I know you watching. But most definitely. So, Kaelyn, I have a question for you. Now that we found out that you were an excellent friend, are you into the current female rappers of this day?
No.
She's only into one. She's only into one. You see the colors in her background.
You're into the pink one.
Nicki Minaj?
Yes, that's the pink one. That is the Barbie. Yes.
No, yeah,
100%.
You know, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I didn't know you weren't into anybody else. What do we?
No, I'm just not. But
I get you.
Doesn't mean there's not a lot of talent out here. There are a wide there is a wide variety of choices that aren't just the ones that are being pushed mainly in front of us. So I know that there's probably amazing talent out here. I, for one, have slowed down over the years on secular music in general. So I really don't.
So you
I really
only
just
listen
don't
to stuff
know.
with substance, basically.
You know, I'm trying to curtail it.
Yeah.
So I already don't listen to much. So when I hear a song, see the theme, and see that the culture's blueprint for a startup rapper is promiscuity, how naked can you be, a BBL, and how nasty you are, and the money that you get or that you're taking. I'm not like, ooh, let me see. So I really don't know much. I see clips here and there, and I'm still not impressed.
Absolutely.
So,
but the thing is, no one can be the greatest when there already is the greatest. So those girls are doing what they want to do, and that's great. And I'm not knocking them. They're killing it in their game. But they're just not comparable, and that's okay for me, and that's okay for them.
So we're talking on today.
I understand.
I know that you said what you said and everything. Do you still think Nicki is the best in the game today of the female rappers?
Absolutely.
So counting her work today, we're not talking about the history of everything she's done.
Oh, counting her work today.
Her as a rapper right now.
Her most recent album, I would like to say Rivals even being better than her first debut with the Pink Print. Okay. That's how awesome this recent album was. I was like, nothing could compare because the Pink Print was such a movement. But no, this album,
that's a hill.
No, she really. I mean, when you're gifted and you're not just an industry plant or you're not following a theme. And the thing is, some of them are still talented. I'm not knocking that, but there's, as she said in "Seeing Green," the song with Lil Wayne and Drake, she said, "It's corporate giants and machines that went against me. I washed these when they couldn't even rinse me. You say you hot, will come and convince me." It was corporate giants and machines that she's gone against, and she's detailed that over the years about her battle with certain big media or corporations. So when you're battling all those big names, companies and bosses, and you're still outselling, out-touring, that's you with hindrances. That's you with not the backing. That's you being not the favorite or the one being pushed up against, and you're still outdoing the ones that have it handed to them. How much more can we figure out that she's the GOAT than when she was the favorite, and then she's been hated for a season, and she's still outdoing everybody in both scenarios? It just is what it is, and I think it's just going to be what it's going to be. And it's Nicki Minaj.
What I will give Nicki a lot of credit at is that when she first came in, she came into a world where like there wasn't an appetite for a woman rapper. It just wasn't. Like the appetite had been drying out because the ones who they had it. Missy had it, Eve had it, Lil Kim had it and went, Trina had it and went, and it was kind of like, well, okay, there it is. And she came and kicked that door in, and not only she wasn't just good for a woman, she was good for rappers, the art itself. No matter who it was, she was up there. She was going toe to toe with everybody's favorite rapper, right? And then, like Kaelyn mentioned, she has went through a phase where people was just like, "All right, we done with her," and then boom, here she comes again. Like, even though her last album was not my favorite, but it did really well, and her tour is doing amazing right now. I think she just doubled back the tour that she just went on.
Everybody
she
was
just
going
came to
on
LA.
Everybody was at that.
And let me just say that sales doesn't mean that this is a great body of work, because her Queen album, I believe the one that was before this one, I think I found maybe
I like that one a lot.
See, well, opposite. I think I found maybe 2 songs that I liked on it, and I never listened to it again. Never listened to it again.
What was the sales on it?
I don't know. I remember looking at it.
It was crazy. All of her sales were crazy.
Yeah.
Well, not to me though. I remember being a Nicki fan and being disappointed. I remember listening to the album and being like, this ain't that. And it's okay, because you've shown yourself approved so much that I'm not going to judge you off of this, but this ain't that. But this album, I can give all credence and all respect for.
There is a chance. There's a chance that she wasn't happy with it. You saw how long it took for her to really get back into her album bag.
Yeah, but when you're being attacked, when you're being attacked and you're battling so much, and then we're not even gonna go into the details because it's
so much controversy right now.
But the thing is, Nicki, regardless, and just let's pay some homage and respect to Eve, Missy Elliott, Foxy, and Kim, and all the other ones that were during that time. MC, I don't think it necessarily that they fell off or that they weren't. It was just they were doing what they were doing, and Nikki came in with such a force that it just kind of became the Nikki show. But it wasn't that they already weren't, because no one can touch Eve in her prime. No one can touch Missy in her prime. No one can touch. And the thing is, they're still beloved by people to this day. So they're still.
What I was getting at was that when she came in, they just weren't as active anymore. So it was kind of like nobody was fully holding it down.
She was co-signed by Wayne
in the early 2000s.
She out-raps men, which shouldn't be the barrier, but because the barometer of what we see in America and in our world is challenged up against the opposite gender, for what that discussion's worth, she's out-raps countless men, and she's just resilient. Like, regardless, she's resilient. And she's still doing it, and she's still the best at it, and no one will ever be. Just like there will be singers out here, some people hold Beyonce to a regard. They hold Beyonce up here. There will be singers, but some people, for them, there'll never be another Beyonce. There'll never be another Nicki, but there can be a lot of rappers that enjoy their time.
And to Nicki's credit, like Cam said, when she came up, like you said, it was drying out, it was dead and all that, you feel me? It was dying. And she came up and, you feel me, made it popular to be a female rapper and everything. Versus now, where everybody is a female rapper. All you gotta do,
there's so many.
You feel me? And like Kaelyn said, there's no substance in the rap. All you gotta do is rap about sex, rap about yada yada yada. You feel me? We got so many different rappers. We got Lotto, we got Sexy Red, we got Glorilla, all this. You feel me? Meg,
and they're killing it in their own
regard.
When they get put in the same conversation as a Nicki, is where I feel there's no substance
and I think
in this
just levels
conversation.
To it because if they would have came out when Nicki came out, they would not be as big, you know.
Because she was out before social media was how it was. She was pushed out. She just is, and it just is what it is. And the thing is, shout out to the girls that are doing it. It's just there'll never be another Nicki, but that's okay because Lotto should want to be the only Lotto.
Yeah, and Nicki paved the way for them to be successful. We can say that, you know. So
When I do my conversations about the current women, I don't even compare them to Nicki because I don't think it's fair to them.
It's not fair.
It's like holding you to too high of a standard, right? It's like, you know, like you said, the Beyonce thing. It's just not fair. It's like me comparing a newer male rapper to Jay-Z or somebody. Like, it's not fair. It's like they've done their years. Like, Nicki has put at least 15 years of consistency in touring, selling, making great brand deals. Like, she's the blueprint. Now, there are some who are like supposed to be like the next big thing. There are some women that are doing really well right now, as you mentioned, Kaelyn. But I still don't compare them to her.
Are they doing really well, or are they being pushed because they're trying to wipe out the legacy of someone else? There's a lot behind this that we don't have the time for tonight. But I'm just saying, like, they're saying that they don't have a basis of talent that the team is working with, but there's certain opportunities that some are being afforded and certain leniencies that per se a Nicki isn't, and it's just because that she's not playing by the industry's rules anymore. Therefore, they're trying to wash her out, and these girls are getting more opportunities that weren't necessarily always earned. But more so strategic. So it doesn't, you know. But
I mean, I could give them credit too because a lot of these female artists are in the social media era and TikTok. And if you make a catchy song, you make a song that everybody loves.
I'm talking deeper than that. I'm talking.
No, I get you.
Big and foreign meetings. Trying to take down.
Where you're at.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. And so, but to each their own. And if that's the girls that are being pushed, then right away you came in a time where you're being.
Meg got nominated for.
We just had a discussion about the machines and the industries and the labels. It's a lot going on. Yeah. But Kaelyn, I want to thank you for your time because you've been absolutely amazing. Thank you for being our first guest of Attention to Detail. You have officially you've paved the way of the new basically direction we want to go in as far as like we want to have guests on the show. We want to have people input time to time, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing a different perspective. So you've been outstanding. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
and of course.
You're our first guest for Hot Seat. You're our first guest for Attention to Detail.
Look at that. Just the first.
Let everybody know where to find you.
Oh yeah.
So just to give a little blurb real quick, I am a journalist and I love to storytell and to cover events and topics. So yeah, you can find me at my YouTube link. I guess it may be linked below.
We'll link it down below.
Yeah, my name is Kaelyn Ryan on YouTube, and my Instagram is Kae.Ryan. And I just do a lot, and I just trust in God, and my whole entire future is in Jesus's hands. I absolutely adore Jesus Christ. That is who I am, nothing without him. And yeah, I will shout that to the rooftops in any platform, small or large. I absolutely love Jesus, and you should get to know him too. But yeah, in the meantime, check out the link below and check out my content, because I do some stuff and it's only going to get better with God's hand on me. So yeah, thank you guys for having me, and I pray that God continues to bless you guys.
Congratulations on your most recent event. We saw it on social media.
I was there.
Yeah, look like you were killing it. Yeah. So congratulations.
No. Thank you so much. Sure. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, you guys are great. Thank you guys.
Of course.
So all right, thank you for your time. We'll catch you next time.
This has been episode 3 of Attention to Detail. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that, and make sure you guys check out Kaelyn's social media, IG, her YouTube channel as well, and blow her up. Thank you.